Now let's talk about a circle. A circle, what all that's different is you multiply away the denominators. They would be the same, and so instead of having 1 over here, you would just have whatever the radius would be, and it would be squared. So here, let's work through how we get a circle. So remember how in the past we always group our squared terms together. So I have 9x squared. I have no other x term. So I don't even have to complete the square, so I'm not even going to leave a gap. I'm going to go immediately to the y. I have a 4y squared, and I'll have a plus 8y. And now here's where I'm going to leave the space. The 32 is a single. It goes on the other side, like this. So I have this. Now, the next step is I got to factor out this 4. When I do that, that value is going to change. So I now have 9x squared plus 4 times, this is y squared plus 2y. It's 8 divided by 4 is 2. And I'll have some value show up there in a second, equals 32. And now, let's come over here and complete the square. We take our 2 divided by 1, which is positive 1. You take your positive 1, you square it, which gives you 1. Now, this is technically 4 times 1, so I need to add 4 times 1, which is 4 over here. Now, when I reduce, the x is 9x squared. This becomes 4 times y plus 1 squared, and all that equals 36. So now, how do you get it in the form of a circle? Or rather, it says identify the conic. What you would then do is you take this number and divide. This is actually not going to be a circle. So this time when I divide by 36, what happens is I'm left with here x squared over 4 plus y plus 1 quantity squared over 9 equals 1. This is a vertical ellipse. The reason it's a vertical ellipse is because the y value is larger, this value right there. Now, had these values been the same, this would not have been ellipse, it would have been a circle, but they're not, so it's a vertical ellipse. Let's try part B. This time we're given this equation, so I have x squared, and this time I have a 4x, so I'll put a blank there after the x. Oh, now I have this is a single y, so it's going to go over here, and so is this. So what do I have instead is a equal sign, and that's going to be positive 4y, and now negative 16. I have nothing out here to divide by, so I'm going to start, and I divide this by 2, so positive 4 divided by 2, which is positive 2, oops, positive 2. You square that, which gives us plus 4 there, and you put a plus 4 there. Now I go to simplify. This will be the perfect square, x plus 2 quantity squared. Over here, I would have this, when they combine, that gives you negative 12. And remember, you would then factor out the 4. So when I factor out the 4, meaning I have right now 4y minus 12, you would then factor out the 4. So when I factor out the 4, what am I left with? I'm left with y minus 3. That's my equation there. This is the equation of a parabola. Not only that, the 4 is next to the y, so it's a vertical parabola. And that would be this type of graph. Here's another. And so this time I look and I have x squared and I have a 2x, so I'll put 2x with it. I need to leave a space, and then I have a y squared, and I have a negative 6y. So I need to leave a space to complete the square. That would equal, this is a single, it goes over here, 6. So this time I have nothing to factor out here, so I can go ahead and start. So positive 2 divided by 2 is positive 1. You square that value, which gives us plus 1. So I need to add 1 to this side as well. Then I come over here, I do the same thing. Negative 6, I divide that by 2, which gives me negative 3. I square that, which gives me negative times negative is positive 9. So we'll have a positive 9 there. When I go to reduce, find out that over here, this is a perfect square, x plus 1 quantity squared, plus, so this is a perfect square, y minus 3 quantity squared. I'm getting these numbers from there and there. That's where the plus 1 and minus 3 came from. And that would equal 6 plus 7, or 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 9 is 16. This is a circle. And it would have a radius of 4 units, because you take the square root of that. So that would be the answer to this one. Now, here's one for you to try.